Good start to their season, losing their first game 3-1 to Greenville College, but after that going on a winning streak until they lost to Eau Claire in straight sets, and then the same for Stevens Point and Carthage, but those two teams were ranked number 5 and 8. Those were their last two games. But head coach in Jeannie Zipri was pretty happy with how her team played. There's a lot of things to build on, and now they have another top 25, two top 25 teams here, top 15 teams actually, that they get to play again. So a very good way for this team to kind of continue in the middle of their games as they move forward. As the starters now just being announced for Dominican, they have Christina Wilson out there, along with Caitlin Foote, along with number 5, Carrie Chambers, number 7, Tessa Graperis, number 10, Alex Kiston, and number 14, Maddie Zanui. So those are your starters for Dominican. For University of Chicago on the other side, they've been enjoying a pretty good season so far, ranked 11th in the D3 top 25 of the NCAA. As you look at them for their starters, they have number 1, Brooke Watson, along with number 2, Regan Graves, number 9, Sydney Majors, number 10, Katie Laporte, number 14, Mary Claire Tui, number 11, Jaislyn Mobley, number 12, Marin Lowe. As those are your starters for both teams here for University of Chicago and Dominican. Dominican in their home black jerseys with the white numbers. They will start off going right to left on your viewing screen. Left to right will be University of Chicago. They are wearing their white jerseys with the maroon numbers. Their libero has on a maroon jersey with white numbers. As we get ready to start off here, and they go left to right. Chris Labasco again here with you as this game just about underway. The R1 and R2 taking their positions, making sure the rotations are correct for both teams. And it looks like serving first, it looks like it's going to be University of Chicago in number 2 in Regine Graves. And their libero, Brooke Watson, coming in right away for Sydney Majors. So the R2 will give the ball out to Graves as she looks to serve here. Graves on the near side, standing serve to the near part of the court, set up in the air by Wilson, over to the far side for the kill was Zanui, as this now comes to the far side for Lowe, and she gets that one down, and the first point goes to University of Chicago. 1-0 here on SportstownChicago.com. So a kill right off the bat as the serve sent over by Graves. As this comes over to the near side, the kill attempt by Todd, and she gets that one in on the near side, it looked like. As that'll tie the game up at 1. And back to serve will be number 13, Olivia Schutzkevich, just came in for Todd, as this one comes over to the near side, bumped into the ear by number 12 and Lowe, over to the far side for the kill attempt, as this one comes back to the middle there, and hitting that one down and getting the point will be number 10 in Katie Laporte, as that one came right to her. So now it'll be Lowe on the serve again, bumped up high, set by Wilson over to the far side, and there's the kill attempt, and that one I believe called out. So it'll be University of Chicago point, 3-1 here, just missing on that one. Bumped up in the air by the libero and Foote as this one comes over to the near side. Diving save made by Graves. To the far side for Mobley. That one hits off a block. Now that getting in front there and hitting that one across was Kiston. As this comes back to the near side, going cross quarter, trying to, but a good defense there from Dominican. As this goes over to the far side, trying to kill off a double block. Controlled by Dominican, sending it quickly, trying to catch the defense off guard was Christina Wilson. She had a good thought, She just couldn't get it on that near side, just a little bit too aggressive on it as this comes over to the far side. Over a double block controlled by University of Chicago. Far side and trying to get the dig was number 13 in Shizkevich. Could not get under the ball. 5-1, University of Chicago with the lead. As Lowe will send that one over, trying to get under it. Good dump there by Dominican as they make it now 5-2. Early on in set number 1, they played a 25 for each set, and it's the best of 5 sets. So the first 1 to 3 wins the match as this one is sent across. Right at the 10-foot line, sent over, back up in front to the near side, and that one hitting it off a block was number 5 in Chambers, this time going to the middle of the court. Good defense from the University of Chicago. Back up into the air, it's Parker to the near side. Had to be bumped across by Chambers. Back into the middle as this one's back up high. Now to the near side and getting the kill there. Number 5, Carrie Chambers. Set up perfectly. The defense couldn't get there in time for University of Chicago. Makes it now 5-3. The serve here by Parker. Bumped up to the front of the net and over to the near side. That one hits off the double block and goes out for Sarah Masenga. Masenga there saw the block and was able to hit it off the near side of the block and get the kill. Kiston, as this one comes over to the near side, and there's, I believe that was maybe a touch of the net there off of that kill attempt by Chambers. As we'll have a timeout taken here, as we'll take a quick look here at that last one. As you see here, it was a good setup over to the near side and just looking to see it hit off the net and then went out of play is what it was. I couldn't see, and she actually might have gone under the net too, so I don't think it would have mattered even if it was in play. So either way, it was going to be point University of Chicago. Not a bad time for Dominican to take the timeout as well, as we get an even better look here from the courtside view. As you see, pretty good delivery onto the ball. Her momentum just carries her a little bit too far, and I think that ball also went out. The beauty of having multiple cameras. As University of Chicago coming back out there ready, they've played a pretty solid game so far, pretty good defensively, and they've been setting up their killers really well. Masenga being one and Mobley being the 2 main ones so far. When you look at statistics for Chicago, they've got 3 people with kills, the 2 that I just mentioned, and Lowe is the 3rd. So now it'll be Laporte to serve. She's over on the far side of the court. Dribbles the ball as she gets ready to serve here. The righty sends it across with the standing serve. That one had to be just bumped back over by Chambers. Front of the net, far side. Good defense by the libero. Back up high to the near side, going cross court, and getting the kill again is Carrie Chambers. For Chambers, that should be, see how many she has now. It's her 2nd kill for Chambers. As over to the far side, it's Todd sending the serve over, and that one's going to be, I think, a lift. So give the point again to Dominican. The Stars coming back 7-5 now. The timeout working so far. As you see there, that replay of that extra little bit of the lift there by University of Chicago. We have a moment here, and now ready to serve is Kendall Todd. Todd from the far side sends this through the middle. Up front to the far side, going for the kill and getting it near that far sideline was Jasmine Mobley, the outside hitter from the University of Chicago. Masenga now to serve. Masenga with the left hand sends that one forward. Now set over to the near side. Chambers over the double block. Masenga got there, but could not get enough lift on the ball for one of her teammates to get it. Great job by Chambers to use the change up there after she went with some of the hard kills before that. Now to serve is Wilson as she sends that one towards the middle. Diving save made over to the far side from about the 10-foot line was Mobley. Back over to the far side, hitting it off a double block. Good job by the libero to get underneath it. But the Stars could not get it back over the net. Zanui put that one right into the double block, and it came right back onto her side. As you saw on the replay there, the great job by Foot to even just get underneath it, just not in a spot where her team could really play it. And this time going off the double block was Graperis, as it's now 9-7, as it's Chambers. There's a replay on this one here on the set and then the kill, as that one went right into the middle. There's been that seems to be where one of the softer areas of their defense is, as that one goes out off the hand of Sydney Majors. Did not hit the block, so that'll make it now 9-8, back to a 1-point game. High jump serve by Chambers gets over as this one comes to the near side off the top of a double block. Whistle here. Point is going to go to University of Chicago as their libero into serve is number 1, and Brooke Watson. Watson sends this one towards the middle to her counterpart in Foot. To the near side, going for that near corner was Kiston, and she just missed the back line. Had some room there, could not get it. Makes it 11-8 University of Chicago. Sent back over on the serve. Over to the near side, off a block and down. Kill for Kiston. As for Kiston, that's her second. 9-11 now. The Stars trying to come back all the way in this one and get this one back tied up as you see that one go off the block. It was just a good job to see Kiston. The block didn't go quite straight up. Took advantage of it and got the kill. As they give the point right back, though, 12-9 now in favor of University of Chicago. Graves sends this one into the middle. Chambers up to the front row, over to the far side. Into the middle was Inui, as there a little bit of a misplay, and that one hits the net. As helping out the Stars there was University of Chicago, makes it 12-10. As you have a substitution for Zanui. Coming in is Olivia Shiskevich. Shiskevich with the jump serve into the middle, and that one's a little bit misplayed. Give the point to Dominican as Tui could not get under the ball. 12-11, back to 1-point game. Sent back across, hit it towards Tui again. This time she has control over it, over a double block. Good help behind by Kiston. Good tip right at the front of the net. Now the near side, Chambers makes the diving play there to keep it alive. To the near side as that hits off a double block. Bumped up by the libero over to Munsinga as this one comes back to the 10-foot line to the near side, and going down the near sideline and getting the kill is Alex Kiston. 12-12 now here on SportsTownChicago.com as Dominican, who trailed in the beginning of the set, has tied it up here near the middle. Tui hits it up into the air. Her libero helps out after that. Musinga goes right towards Foot and plays it high into the air. Far side, going cross court from the far to the near side is Kendall Todd. And it's a lead now for the Dominican Stars and a timeout for the University of Chicago. As we will take a break and be back with more volleyball here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't go anywhere.
Hey friends, this is Tom Waddle. You may know me as good old number 87 or as the better half of the Waddle and Sylvie show. People often ask me, hey Tom, how could you be so slow and make it in football? Well, I ignore that question and then they ask, Tom, how can I be on radio and TV like you? I tell them it takes drive and determination, and you need to learn how it all works. At the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, you can do just that. ICB's enrolling students for day and evening classes right now. You can learn how to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, or shoot and edit video. Plus, you'll have a chance to get internships where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. And with job placement assistance, you can start your new career in less than a year. year. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. See what the Illinois Center for Broadcasting has to offer. Visit ICB today. beonair.com/Chicago Sports.
Back here on SportsTownChicago.com. Chris Labasco here with you as this one is controlled right now by Dominican to the near side, and getting the kill off a block was Kiston. Kiston once again with another kill. She's starting to come alive here as that looks to be her, I believe, her 4th kill of the game now. Or 3 of 6 is what she is as this one goes right into the middle. As this comes to the near side, hitting it off a block that time was Kiston. Chambers right there, bumps it up high. Now Kiston from the 10-foot line. Over to the far side. As this one back into the middle and a whistle. As I believe we had an under the net violation is what it looked like. As it looks like it'll be University of Chicago getting a point there. And for Kiston, she's 3 of 8 right now. 14-13 the score. As that one hit across over on the far side. Back into the middle of the court, and that one will get down for the point. As Kendall Dodd getting some ups from her team. As it's 15-13 Dominican with the lead. Again, they just dropped out of the top 25, looking to try to get back into that national ranking. As this one, a diving save made, as this one bumped across by foot. Now over to the near side. The lefty sends it in towards the middle, and Masinga. As this one to the far side, going cross court, up high, hits the netting up above and comes down for the point for Dominican, 16-13. Parker now with the serve. One thing to point out, too, this is a very young team for Dominican. They only have 1 senior on the roster. As they're the ace for Dominican, 17-13. Sorry, 3 seniors. 3 seniors on the roster. Very few, as it's another timeout as we watch this one here on the replay after that ace. As you see, just sending it to the far corner. And the libero in Brooke Watson thought that might go out. As we get to look at it here in slow motion, it just catches that corner. You can see it right there, hitting that back line. And Brooke Watson, she knew it as it happened. I mean, that's a tough one for her to either let go or not let go. It's one of those things, you're in a bad position if you do, you're in a bad position if you don't. So she let it go, and it ended up being a point. It's a 4-point lead right now. As we take a look at the stats here in set number 1 so far, the hit percentages are actually really close for both teams. University of Chicago hitting at 20.8, 20% for Dominican, but Dominican with more opportunities is the one difference. They also have more kills. 12-6 for University of Chicago. As this one is sent across over towards the near side, bumped in the air by Lowe, over to the far side. That one hits off a double block, and there's another point for Dominican, 18-13. So now it goes over to the far side. It's Parker with the serve again, as she sends it to the near side this time, and it goes out, as that'll be point for University of Chicago, 18-14. As subbing in to serve will be number 4 in Frances McDonald. She comes in for Katie Laporte. And now McDonald. Starting right about midcourt, now going over to the near side. Jump serve with the right hand, bumped in the air by foot. Now over to the far side and hitting that one into the net. Just got too much on top of the ball was Kendall Todd. Todd, though, leading all scorers in kills with 4. As this one sent back across, bumped up now to the front row, and this time with the kill is Todd. She got all of it right there in the middle as she got the kill. As you see this one, Todd, and really quick, getting all on top of the ball and sending it straight down. She found that soft spot between 3 defenders to get the kill, and there's a misplay. Another point for Dominican. 20-15, they got a 5-point lead. as now the one who just had that kill just a moment ago, and Todd is serving as this one goes over to the far side. As it's Wilson to the near side, and Chambers with the kill. Chambers has had a really good game as well. As Chambers getting up there in kills as well. She has 4 so far. As a substitution made coming into the game was Taylor David. He's 6'2", middle and outside hitter. As this one goes right into the middle and then comes right for an easy point for Christina Wilson right at the front of the net. She saw an opportunity and took full advantage of it on a misplaced pass. As the pass you see went too far, and that's cannon fodder for Wilson. As this serve ends up going into the net, but it's a 22-15 lead. Dominican only needs 3 more points to take set number 1 here. As it'll be number 5, and Erin Risk to serve as she sends it over with the right hand, but she gives that point right back, so 2 bad serves in a row. 2 points away now for Dominican University. Christina Wilson, the server now for Dominican University for the Stars, as she sends this one over. As this one's bumped up high into the air. Over to the far side, it's Mobley, and she sends that one too far. Makes it now 24-16, and set point here in set number 1 for Christina Wilson and the Dominican University Stars. Wilson, right-handed serve, bumped up into the air. Over to the far side, Mobley with the dive there, his foot. Comes back over to the near side, Chambers going towards the middle of the court. Good defense there on the dig as this one back up high. Another dig this time for Dominican. Going over a double block and getting the point was Maddie Zanui, as that'll make it 25-16. Set number 1 to the Stars. As a replay here, good defense to get to that one. Set up nicely by the libero in foot over to the far side. And the good jump and just good delivery, seeing where the block was coming and seeing that the defender behind in the libero was a little bit too far away, and Watson just delivers it to that soft spot in the defense and gets the first set for Dominican. So we'll take a timeout. We'll be back with set number 2 here on SportsTownChicago.com.
It's time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting. There's no better or faster way than the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Check out our website at beonair.com/Lombard or call us at 630-916-1700 to set up a tour and see all the hands-on training you can receive. The best part of the program is the job placement department that will help you find your first job in broadcasting. Just listen to what some of our recent graduates have to say about the program. Kevin Wood, Production Director, Next Media, Joliet.
My favorite part about going to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting was, first of all, I got to do everything here. For anybody looking to get into the program, I would say be ready to learn, be ready to get in here and really take your skills to another level on your own. The instructors can show you how to do it.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
If you want to take SportsTownChicago.com with you, now you can. You can listen to your favorites from SportsTownChicago.com on your phone with the TuneIn the Radio app. Just download the TuneIn Radio app, search Sportstown Chicago, and enjoy the content you expect from Sportstown Chicago on the run. Now, wherever you go, you can be a part of SportsTownChicago.com. We're in a league of our own.
You love sports, you have drive and determination, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. Hey, this is Herb Lawrence. I'm here to tell you how to get those skills, just like I did at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard. Get hands-on training for a career in radio, TV, or digital media. Learn to be a host, producer, or shoot and edit video. With internships, job placement assistance, and affordable tuition, you can get started with a new career at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Enrolling now. Go to beonair.com/score. That's beonair.com/score.
Back here for set number 2 on SportstownChicago.com. Chris Labasco here with you as we get ready to start this second set between University of Chicago and Dominican University. Dominican winning that first set. And we take a look at some of those first set stats here. A very good first set for Dominican University. 16 kills on 36 attempts. That comes out to a 25% hit percentage. You look at the other side, only 10% for University of Chicago. That's one thing they're going to talk about. Granted, they only made 3 errors, but that tells you one thing about Dominican University's defense, and that goes to Foote being one of those players important for the defense in the libero for Dominican. She's played a pretty outstanding game so far, as when you look at her digs, she has 7 already in this game. So a good start for her. As we get ready to start this second set, teams have switched sides, so right to left goes University of Chicago, left to right, Dominican. Total of 18 digs for Dominican in that first set. We'll see what they can do as they move on to this second set here. As they serve first, it will be Megan Parker serving first for the Stars, as this one goes right towards the middle of the court. As there with the dump, number 2, Graves. Just a smart play by Graves. She saw the space in the middle and knew she could get a quick point for her team. After that, they had a quick start last set too, but slow to end it. See what they can do here as Graves now goes to serve. Chambers from the far side. Diving play made by Watson as this comes to the near side off a block. Foot behind to dig it out. Far side, Chambers this time gets it down. Ties it up at 1. Chambers, again, one of the reasons why this team won set number 1, had 5 kills in that first set. As we watch the replay here, good setup for Chambers too. She had time to survey, and she sets it right in the perfect spot. As this one comes over to the near side, and we get a call here as a double hit happens for University of Chicago. 2-1 for Dominican now. As now it'll be Kendall Todd to serve for the Stars. Todd standing serve, sends it low as Watson's able to get underneath it. Over to the near side and sending it right into the net was Taylor David. As David, you see her, she just kind of made the motion, got too much on top of the ball and sent it right into her own net. As this one goes right back into the net on the other side by Todd serve. So she gives the point right back as it's 3-2, Dominican with the lead. Marin Lowe to serve here, sends this one to the middle. Chambers with the bump right into the middle, hits it off a double block. Does Graperis, and then Chambers gets another kill, 4-2. Carrie Chambers continuing her really good streak in set number 2. As this one comes over to the near side for the serve from Wilson. Goes cross court to the far side, and a little bit of a miss hit by Lowe gives the point once again to the Stars. Air starting to pile up a little bit for University of Chicago as this one comes over to the far side. Hit it over a double block, but controlled nicely by the Stars, and Chambers sends it into a double block. That's a hard double block to get through. 2 very tall players, and Taylor David and Katie Laporte combined to make that, to get that point for University of Chicago, but it's a 5-3 lead for Dominican. As this one sent across by Laporte into the middle there. Chambers trying to go to the far side. Chambers again. Good defense by University of Chicago to the far side. Diving play made by number 2 in Wilson. Is this one going to be a point for the Stars again? Somebody lost a headband, it looks like, 6-3, as we get to see a replay of this one. As you see, that one went off the tape there, was going down, the right-handed diving stab, and then Foote is does a really good job of setting her team up as the libero, as she makes a good play there on the ball, and now we'll just set this one back across. Over to the far side, hitting it off a double block. Foote right there. Chambers setting it to the front row as this one goes to the middle. And the kill for Kiston makes it 7-3. a minute 50. I'm looking at the time. 7-3 here in set number 2. It's 1-0 in favor of Dominican University as they take on number 11 Chicago, University of Chicago. As that one will go out, hit off the side of the hand. 8-3, Dominican with the lead. It's part Dominican has been playing really well. Also part they're getting a little bit of help from University of Chicago. As Chambers sends this one through the middle, over to the far side as this one tips over by number 15 in David. Is there the double block gets the point for University of Chicago. Some defense helping out University of Chicago at least a little here. They trail by 4, but now they got to do it with their offense as well. But in part it's because of such good defense from the Stars. 17 digs in this game already. Chambers from behind the 10-foot line as that one's hit up into the air by Lowe, far side. Dug out nicely by Wilson. Cross court, diving save made, hitting it over the block there, but it goes out. A little bit too much finesse by Graves. She knew the block was coming in front of her and decided to try and send it to a soft spot where there was some room to send it, just a little too strong. 9-4 as Graves sets this one up on the near side. Going cross court with it was Mobley as this one comes back into the middle off of number 10, Kiston. 10-4 is the score now as a timeout was taken by University of Chicago. And we'll stay here for this one here on SportsTownChicago.com. Again, the Dominican University Stars versus the University of Chicago. We got a triple header for you here tonight. So after this match ends, don't go away. We've got 2 more left for you because after this it'll be University of Chicago versus Elmhurst. And then the final match of the night will be Elmhurst versus Dominican University, as Tim Helms, one of the camera operators here to the left, doing a great job on camera for everyone. As, again, 10-4 here in set number 2. Dominican University won set number 1 as they had hit at 25% in that first set. They're hitting about at the same mark now, and the hitting has dropped even lower for University of Chicago. They're hitting at a 2.4% clip, as they've been having a little bit of trouble here with their offense, but it's also great defense from University of Chicago, or from Dominican University on University of Chicago. 27 digs. Leading the way with those digs, Caitlin Foote and Christina Wilson, as this one comes into the middle. As Christina Wilson setting it to the near side, is that one right there to make the kill. In front was University of Chicago. That'll make it now 10-5. Back to serve will be number 14 and Tui, Mary Claire Tui, as she sends this one over. Bumped up into the air, now set over to the far side. Hit off a double block, quickly sent back across by Chambers. Good defense in behind that double block, as that one hit off the block and out. Point for Marin Lowe for University of Chicago, 10-6 as they come on their comeback. The timeout at about this point in the set is what switched, is where the momentum really shifted into the Stars' favor in set number 1. We'll see what happens here. As this one, a miss-hit there. The passing has been one of the things that's been great for the Stars up until this point. These last 2 points for University of Chicago, the passing hasn't quite been what we've been used to. And they get a little bit of help there, is giving some momentum back. Was Mary Claire Tui as her serve went right into the net, 11-7. So a little bit of a just not misfortune and bad timing on the miss there, as Shuskevich sends it across. Over to the near side, off the block. Now to the near side, going cross court with it. Hits off the block, able to control. Back on Dominican side. Over to the far side, over a block there. Good defense, having to just bump it back over was Tui. Back to the front row, to the near side, coming across with that slide play as Foote sending it over to the far side now. And the kill by number 10, Alex Kiston. Kiston and Chambers, the 2 players leading the way in kills in this one, 6 apiece for both of them. as that one goes out on the far side. So the point right back to University of Chicago, 12-8. And for Dominican University, when you look at it, that's not quite what you wanted there. Your team starting to pull away again. Got to keep that serve on your side as this one comes over to the far side for the kill. And not able to get there in time. So it makes it 13-8 in favor of the Stars. As serving now, Megan Parker. Parker sends this one in towards the middle, bumped up to the front row to Graves, over to the near side, and that one out. As that was Laporte trying to get that one in on that near sideline. She had room, just couldn't keep it in bounds. As this goes to Graves. Graves hits it off a block control now. Chambers for the far side, and that one hits off the antenna. Point to the Stars. Chambers having a great game here. The 5'10 junior out of Winnebago, Illinois. As there a kill attempt and good defense by Shutzkevich. And then University of Chicago gets it right back there. As you'll see here on the serve earlier from Parker, as this was the one where it goes right near the line. Good defense out in front. As this comes back into the middle there, off a double block, but controlled by the Stars, and that one rolls off the net and inbound. So it'll be point for University of Chicago. They get it back to within 5, 15-10. As this one in towards the middle to the far side for Chambers, hits it off the top of the block. Good defense in behind by Lowe as this one comes over to the near side, finding some space in between the block and the player in behind to get the point, 15-11. So sending this one back over. Now they're looking for the near side, and she does get the kill as Kendall Todd. Smart play there. She was going for the quick hit the last couple. This time decides to go for the hit to the near side. Gets the point for her team as it's 16-11. Todd sends this one over to the near side. Bumped up high by Watson. Back in. Good block out in front by Todd as this one comes over to the near side. And actually that was number 7 in Caparis. But point is Todd could not get underneath it. So it makes it 16-12, 4-point game here. University of Chicago slowly climbing back into this one. As this one bumped up to the front of the net, over to the far side. Chambers, and she's going to get the kill there as Graves played one that might have been going out of bounds, but she had to play it as it was close to the line. 16-13 back to 3, and actually they gave that point to University of Chicago, so they stay on the serve. As this one comes over to the near side, hits off the top of a block, trying to dive underneath it. Nice dive attempt by Parker. She just could not quite get there. Timeout taken by Dominican University, as it is now 16-14 as you see a replay here of that quick middle hit into the middle and 3 players converging, but nobody able to get there. The closest was the player who had the closest chance. Parker couldn't quite do it. But it's a good setup here in the middle by University of Chicago because they get it up quick enough where Graperis' block can't cover that area behind her. So you get a better view of it here. You see where the open space is right in the middle, and Graperis just a little bit late. She actually gets a piece of it and gives her team a little bit of time, but not enough for somebody to get there. If her block is up about a quarter of a second sooner, her team probably gets to that ball because she's either going to hit it back onto the other side of the court or she hits it up high enough into the air where somebody on her team can play the ball. But her team still does have a 16-14 lead. A good timeout taken by Coach Zipiri as her team tries to Zipri as they try to hold on to this lead and go up 2-0 as we are up right at the midway point of set number 2. So an important set here. As this one bumped up, now set into the middle there, off a double block. As that one just gets across, Chambers set it up. Over to the far side, back to Chambers, hits it off the block. Right there to get though was Lowe, over to the near side. Tipped across by Mobley. back over. Good play by the libero, Watson, but she sent it right to Chambers, who hammered it down, 17-14. Beautiful play there. Some good back and forth in this game, but like I said, Watson, she gave it right to the one player on the Stars you don't want to give it to, but they give the point right back, 17-15 now. As it'll be a substitution here. McDonald coming in for Laporte. As she will serve here, the service ace, service specialist, I should say. We'll send this one through the middle. Foot right there to play it. To the far side for Zanouilles. That one comes back out in front. Back over to the far side, and getting the kill was Taylor David. And for David, that's her first kill. Good job by David after getting to her double block, from her double block back into position. Gets it through that double block before it can get up in time. Chambers from the middle. This one high into the air, saved by Graves. Good dig there as this one hits off the tape. Foot now, set it to the near side as there's the kill by Maddie Zanouilles. As you see here again, Zanouilles, as she just, good job finding the open space and getting it by the block. As this one set over to the near side and off a block there, diving save made. Set back up, Chambers from behind the 10-foot line, sends it over. Back to the far side on the slide play, but Stars control, has to just be bumped across, a little bit of a miss hit, but Kiston gets it across. Near side, Mobley hits it off the double block. Foot now, bumping it high, put it too far, and Mobley, that's easy for her there. As this comes to a 1-point gain, 18-17, the Stars still holding on to the lead. And you'll see where the misplay here is by Foot. She just bumped that one too far. If she was going to bump it across, you have to send it further back, make them have to set up, or it's a little harder to control the bump, so you either have to over-adjust one way or the other, as that one goes cross court, and I believe that hit off a player. So that'll be point and kill, I believe, for Mobley, as that went out. So we're tied up at 18 now. Now serving will be Aaron Risk. Risk sends it into the middle, right where Chambers is. Chambers to the near side, setting up Zanouilles. As this one comes to the near side, Mobley hits it up into the air. Far side now for Kiston. Kiston gets the point and keeps her team in front, 19-18. Now it'll be the libero in Caitlin Foot. Sends it into the middle. Up in front for Graves, over to the near side, hits off the block. Set up now right in the middle, finding that open space on the near side. Kendall Todd, she's been really great in the middle for this team. She's got a couple quick hits and also the quick and smart play, just putting it over to the near side. Foot sent it right into the net, 20-19 now. Serve back on the University of Chicago side as they try to tie it up. As we'll get a look here at the serve, and yeah, she just got a little bit too much on top of that ball. As this one comes across right to Chambers off the serve. Far side off the double block, right in front and playable by Graves. To the near side for Lowe, as Lowe drops it in the middle. Ties it up at 20. Exciting second set we have here. Have to win by 2, of course, as well. So we'll see how this one finishes out. Tui into the middle. Foot hits that one up high. Now it's a hit that hits off the double block from Zanouilles as this one comes over to the near side. Foot able to make the saving play. Wilson to the near side as that one goes high. Back into the middle. Good defense here from University of Chicago, and the block up, but over it went the ball. 21-20, it's a lead for University of Chicago. As it'll be Tui on the serve. Tui the jump serve, sends it to the middle. Foot bumped it up high into the air. Now from there and on the near side, it's Zanouilles as that one comes back over to the near side, hitting it off a single block there. Comes right back out in front, and the point there. Great play in front by Kendall Todd. The play in the front of the net has been stellar for the Stars at times, and there you see why. You first see the double block. It hits off a piece, comes right back into the middle, and then just good awareness to go to the far side by Kendall Todd and also to get to that middle spot after she was over on the near side for the double block. But just as they say that, there goes a kill from Marin Lowe. 22-21, University of Chicago back out in front. Brooke Watson, the libero, in to serve. Sends it up right to Chambers. Set up now to the near side, going cross court as that one hit off of the block. 22-all. Yes, checking into the game to serve here is Megan Parker. As we'll see that touch there by the double block just got a piece, it looked like, of Laporte. As this one goes over to the near side. Graves back over to the near side. Diving play made. This ball's still alive. Has to bump it across. Was Parker. Graves to the near side. And there finding the open spot in the defense was Lowe. And when you look at it, it all started right here. The great play. Yes, this is a great play, making the save to dive underneath it by Parker. But the one thing that it causes is stop it here, and you see everybody's at the front of the net after the ball's hit back across. Nobody has gotten back really into position, and that's what made the difference there. And then there's the great play, quickly countering and coming back for the point down that near side by Dominican to tie it up at 23. As this one sent across, hitting off the top of the tape by Todd to the near side, just sending it over, getting underneath it. As there, that one hits off the block for the point by Wilson. She had to dump it across. It wasn't quite in the spot for her to set it very well. That was her only decision. Game point here, 24-23. Again, you see it comes off of Wilson at the start. Her team makes the good save in Parker. And then Wilson here, she thought maybe she'd get a quick play, and she saw she was kind of off balance hitting that ball anyways. She thought better of it, just hit it across. I mean, University of Chicago has played pretty well here down the stretch, but Dominican has done really well. And then here again, the block up, maybe a little bit too early for the block, too for Laporte, is what I think maybe hurt her as well. She couldn't quite get to the ball after it hit off of her in time. As the timeout by University of Chicago here, they don't want to go down 2 straight sets. And there you see contact with the side of the hand, and she couldn't quite get back to it as it came down to the floor off her block. As out in front and up to serve, Kendall Todd. As Todd, the standing serve into the middle here as this one goes high. Set up by Graves to the near side as that one bumped up high. And that one's going to get stuck up top. That'll end up being a point for, I believe that ends up being a point for University of Chicago, or is it a reserve? It is a reserve. I wasn't quite sure. So they get to redo the point there. So that's a bit of fortune for Dominican, because that, that could easily be awarded maybe to University of Chicago's side, and I think that's what University of Chicago's coaches are trying to get, is that to be a point for them. So it stays tied, or stays where it is, 24-23, not tied yet, as this one hits off a double block up in front, looking for a soft spot in the zone, but over now to Chambers. Chambers off the double block, saved by Moe. Comes back over to the near side for Lowe, as Lowe will get the point and tie it at 24. We get extra points here in set number 2. As back to serve is Maureen Lowe. Lowe has played really well here in these last couple of minutes. 10 kills for her. As this one comes to the front of the net, over to Chambers, going cross court, but Mobley right there. Back over to the near side to Mobley, and Chambers couldn't quite get. It was that one spot, either you go up, you either got to go with the set or you got to go with the bump. She went set and went straight into the ground. 25-24. Game point here and tie it up at 1 maybe for University of Chicago. As this one joust at the net, won by Wilson. It was a little bit of a long pass, and that was all she could do, was kind of try and dump it over, and then it became a joust up in front, and she wins it. So tied at 25. Chance to go up here and try and get this to game point as Wilson sends the serve over. Comes over to the near side as Mobley hits that one over. Wilson setting it to the near side as that one gets through, and the kill for Maddie Zanui, as that'll make it now 26-25. Set point now for the Stars once again with Christina Wilson serving. As she sends this one right into the middle, diving save. This comes back on to Dominican side. Chambers from the far side hits it off the block, and that'll do it for set number 2. 2-0 in favor of University of Chicago, or in favor of Dominican University. As we get a replay of this one, it starts here. Foot with the good pass up to the front of the net. Good set by Wilson over to Chambers, and then Chambers just delivering the howitzer. Ooh, and that one's head contact there for Katie Laporte. Goes off of her and out of play, and that does it for set number 2. So good first 2 sets here. We've seen a bit of a good win in set number 1 for Dominican, and then winning an extra point in set number 2. As we see this one more time from Chambers, as you see that one bouncing off and going way too far for anyone to be able to play it. As we will take a timeout here, as we got a little bit of a break between these two, or this second and third set. One more look as it hits off of Laporte. Set number 3 in just a few here on SportsTownChicago.com.
It's time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting. There's no better or faster way than the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Check out our website at beonair.com/Lombard or call us at 630-916-1700 to set up a tour and see all the hands-on training you can receive. The best part of the program is the job placement department that will help you find your first job in broadcasting. Just listen to what some of our recent graduates have to say about the program. Kevin Wood, Production Director, Next Media, Joliet.
My favorite part about going to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting was, first of all, I got to do everything here. For anybody looking to get into the program, I would say be ready to learn, be ready to get in here and really take your skills to another level on your own. The instructors can show you how to do it.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
If you want to take SportsTownChicago.com with you, now you can. You can listen to your favorites from SportsTownChicago.com on your phone with the TuneIn the Radio app. Just download the TuneIn Radio app, search Sportstown Chicago, and enjoy the content you expect from Sportstown Chicago on the run. Now, wherever you go, you can be a part of SportsTownChicago.com. We're in a league of our own.
You love sports, you have drive and determination, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. Hey, this is Herb Lawrence. I'm here to tell you how to get those skills, just like I did at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard. Get hands-on training for a career in radio, TV, or digital media. Learn to be a host, producer, or shoot and edit video. With internships, job placement assistance, and affordable tuition, you can get started with a new career at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Enrolling now. Go to beonair.com/score. That's beonair.com/score.
It's time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting. There's no better or faster way than the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Check out our website at beonair.com/Lombard or call us at 630-916-1700 to set up a tour and see all the hands-on training you can receive. The best part of the program is the job placement department that will help you find your first job in broadcasting. Just listen to what some of our recent graduates have to say about the program. Cheryl Scott with NBC5.
I think one of the most important things in the broadcasting industry really is getting a hands-on experience, and a lot of colleges and universities don't always offer that. Reach for, work for what you want to do, and stay extremely focused. And if you do that and stay positive, I think everything will fall into place.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
You love sports, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. Hey, this is Herb Lawrence. Get those skills, like I did, at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard. Get hands-on training for a career in sports radio, TV, or digital media. With internships at Chicago sports stations, job placement assistance, and affordable tuition, you can get started with a new career at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Enrolling now for day or night classes, go to beonair.com/.
They call me King, oh, copy. They call me King.
Back here on SportsTownChicago.com, set number 3. Going to get started here in moments as we get ready for this, what could be the third and final set here between the Dominican University Stars and the University of Chicago Maroons. As serving first will be Regina Graves. As Chambers sends this one out in front over to the near side, going cross court with it as it comes back up high into the air over to the far side. And that one down for the point for University of Chicago to start off 1-0. As Graves sends this one into the middle. Chambers over to the far side, and that one too long from number 14, Inzanui. Back into the middle, over to the near side, and a miss hit by number 10 in Kiston. It starts off quickly 3-0 in favor of University of Chicago. As Graves sends this one into the middle. Far side, over, and getting the point and kill was number 14 and Maddie Zanui. As she comes out, in place of her was Shuskevitz. Shuskevitz now to serve. Her team trails by 2. Into the middle, up high, far side, and there's a big kill from Taylor David. She got all of that one. As it'll be a serve now from the near side by Marin Lowe. Lowe into the middle, foot up into the air, far side and cross court, but that one does not stay in. A little bit long from Zanui again. Just missing that back line in these last couple. As this goes in the middle, Chambers bumps it up high. Over to the near side, back in towards the middle. As this one goes down and controlled by Wilson as she tried to dump that one over. Nice save made as that one goes right back into the middle. The Stars keeping it alive, and then off the double block and getting the kill was Kiston. I wanted to see that. Hope we can see that one, the roll there by Kiston, and then she eventually will get the kill. I mean, it was all because of her that even stayed, though. What a play she made to keep that set, that rally going. As this one comes over to the near side. Set up now for the near side, it's Chambers. Bumped up high by the libero and Watson. As there the kill from Mobley. Mobley been having a little bit of a tough game here. She's 6 of 25 with 1 air, hitting at 160 is what she's at right now, and then the serve goes right into the net from Laporte. Makes it now 6-3. As back to serve will be Kendall Todd. Todd sends it over with the right hand. Over to the near side. As from the middle and sending it long was Taylor David. 6-4 now. As you see on this replay here on the hit from Todd, just way too long. As the serve sent over by Todd. And I believe we had a player hit the net, or a double hit they called it. Double hit called, I think, maybe on Wilson. As we get to see a replay here from Mobley's hit, as that hit off the block. And then you had the call, as it was Risk who sent that over. Trying to dive underneath it, but not able to get there, was Wilson. So it makes it 8-4. As it's Risk again. Up high, near side now for Chambers. Right there was a player, and then it comes right in front to Graperis, and she hammers it down. 5-8. What a kill there. You see first Chambers with her big hit, and because it's such a good and hard hit, the bump that came off of Laporte went straight to the net where Graperis was able to put it down. Far side, this one comes back across over to Foot. Back into the middle as it goes sent over by Zanui, but it'll be a point for University of Chicago as they have a 9-5 lead here in set number 3. They trail 2 sets to nothing, so trying to keep their hopes alive. They got to try and win 3 in a row, though. As this one set up far side, and that one gets down and killed by Graperis. Graperis, the 6-foot junior on this team from Bel Air, Florida. Her high school was Minooka. As this one sent across by, and then a quick dump and point for Majors. 10-6, 4-point game in favor of University of Chicago. As it's Brooke Watson, sends this one right towards Chambers. Chambers up into the air, over to the near side for Kiston. That one kept alive. Back to the far side, it's low, and that one, miscommunication between Foot and Chambers there, allows that one to get to the ground, and that's something that really we hadn't seen too much from this team. They've been pretty, their communication's been pretty good, and then a over the net call on Marin Lowe gives the point to Dominican, 11-7. So now Caitlin Foot sends this one across. Far side, Lowe. She want to get that point back, and she does, 12-7. Graves now will be serving on the near side. Graves, the right-handed serve, right towards Chambers. Bumps it up in front for Wilson. Quick tap there by Todd. Good play to keep it in, and then going cross court, but out of play was Taylor David. David's just been really strong with some of her hits. As you see there, the area she was going to was the correct area to try and hit it. She just got too much, didn't get enough down on the ball. As there a serve that goes right into the net, so give that point right back. 13-8 the score now. As it'll be Marin Lowe to serve on the near side. As this one bumped up high into the air, over to the near side, as that one will hit off the double block and go out by Kiston as she gets the kill. So you give you some stats here. Update you on the stats for the totals in this game so far. Your kill leader is Marin Lowe with 12, and then right behind her, Chambers and Todd, as that one will go out. Kendall Todd and Chambers with 10. As Megan Parker from Battle Creek, Michigan, sends this one across. Set up in the air, now over to the far side for Mobley. Good defense by the Stars, keeps this one alive. Just had to be sent across. Is that one right into the middle? And that hits off the net. 4 hits. Gives the point to the Stars, 13-11, as University of Chicago takes a timeout. As you see the set here by Chambers, and then just having to send it across was Wilson. But here's where things change. It's right in front, right into the net, and actually that it was tough to tell, but maybe Kendall Todd got a piece of that too. Either way, 4 hits was the call. So it ends up being point for Dominican. They've brought this back to within 2. They want to try and finish this in straight sets. You never want to go up 2-0, and then, no, it hits the tape first. It definitely does. As we can see here in slow motion, great work by Joe Kennedy over there, as this one comes back into the middle. On that replay. So as you see, yeah, it goes right into the tape, right there, and just bounces right back. So good call on the 4 hits by the R1. She's got a way better view than I do anyway. As we are, again, set number 3, 11-13, the score in favor of University of Chicago. Dominican trying to finish this one off in straight sets, and then they get a break between this game and the next before they play Elmhurst. Over to the far side. This one bumped up into the air by Parker, and out of the near side, Chambers. As this one now goes over to Mobley, and that one a nice diving save made by Graves. As this one gets across, and another kill for Maureen Lowe. Lowe with her 13th kill. The defense pretty good here from Dominican, and just there the single block gets up a little bit late, and Lowe is able to just put it right past it. As this one gets right into the middle from Chambers, finding the soft spot of the D. Makes it a 2-point game once again. So now it'll be Kendall Todd to serve. Todd having herself a good game. 10 kills on 22 attempts, 27% there. As that one not able to get underneath it was Todd. It looks like she slipped maybe a little bit. Was not able to do so. 15-13 as we're reaching the middle part of this set. As you see, nice little slide play, able to get past the double block, which was mistimed by Graperis and Chambers. They were both kind of off on the double block. As a beautiful hit by Graperis, but it came all the way back right to her. She had a chance to play it again. I thought that maybe she thought it was going to go out. She did not get the luck that she thought she was going to have. As this one into the middle here. Now over to the near side, and it's Chambers getting the point right back, 16-13. Her team trails. When you look at University of Chicago, they've lost only one match so far this year. 11-1 overall record for them so far. And of course that one loss being in an away game. So 1-1 on the road. To the near side. This one sent back towards the front of the net, and that one off the net, and I think she touched the net anyways, but you could have called a couple of things there as Christina Wilson tried to make the saving play for her team. Ball went too far. 17-13 now in favor of University of Chicago. So the Stars had it back close, and now it's starting to separate again. This one gets right to the front of the net, and Wilson caught in between as that pass a little bit off, and that's what caused that opportunity. 18-13. When the passing is on, the Stars are very, very tough to beat. As this comes right into the middle to Chambers, and that one goes too far and out on the dig. So give the point to the Dominican Stars, and up to serve is Chambers. As this one sent across by Chambers. Graves setting it up for the near side, and just sending her hand out was Wilson. Her team might be able to get this one across, as they do, as it was Graperis. Over to the far side off a double block, and Graperis got a little bit of it. And actually, if she let that go, her team would have had a chance to play it because it would have went right to one of her players. But again, they were kind of scrambling as you saw that ball went so far back. They do get back up in front, and just a little bit late in behind was Wilson. As this one comes back to the back row here. Set up for the far side, and down with the kill is Inui to make it 19-15. 4-point game. So into the middle here, sending it his foot with the serve. Up high now to the far side, a Lowe, who's been the hot hand for University of Chicago, especially here in this set. Chambers just bumps this one across and got it over. Graves back over for Lowe, gets through the block, but good defense in behind by Wilson. As this one sent back across by Kiston. Back over near side, good save made on Laporte's attempt. Now for the far side kill attempt by Zadui, back into the middle. Now again, Lowe off the double block. And actually they call that point for the Stars, 19-16. I thought that one went off the double block. Either way, foot with the serve. As they try to bring it close, as there's the quick setup in the middle for Katie Laporte. As it's 20-16, 4-point game as the Stars take a timeout. As we watch this one once again, and just a really good quick set, and not quite able to get up in time was Kendall Todd off of that serve. It's tough when you get that little quick serve like that. It's a good quick play, catching the defense off guard as well, and just no chance to play it after it hit off of that block. Wilson almost got it, but went a little bit too high for her to handle. 20-16 the score. Chris Labasco here with you as we are in set number 3, trying to take this third set and come back and win 3 straight. Is University of Chicago. They dropped the first 2. As the Stars have taken a timeout here to try and settle things down and recollect and get ready here to come back out as University of Chicago makes their way out of the huddle. Was looking at the numbers here, and it should be no surprise that the leading killer set for this team is Marin Lowe at about a 5 kills a set average. So not too much of a surprise that she is the leader in one of those categories. Leader in a lot of the categories for this team for University of Chicago. As this one onto the near side, Graves sends this one into the middle. Set up by Wilson and a little bit of a miss hit there by Kendall Todd. She looks at her right hand. She knew she kind of messed it up. Got it more with the fingertips and couldn't put it where she wanted. As Graves sends this one over. Foot over to the near side. Is that one hammered down right at Graves? Is that one? Foot was able to save it a little bit, but nobody able to get underneath it. Wilson could not get the diving save. 22-16, 3 points away from taking set number 3. It's just one into the middle. Chambers sets it up for the near side. On that far kill was Zanui, and it goes out for the point. 22-17. As it'll now be Olivia Shuskevich of Barrington, Illinois, to serve. Shuskevich sends the serve towards the near corner, towards Watson. Graves over to the far side, and that one off the block from Lowe as she gets the kill. 23-17, and I think the big talk as they go into maybe this 4th set, if they can't come back from this one, is, hey, we got to slow down Marin Lowe. She has 15 kills. Near side as that one goes out. 24-17, and set point here in set number 3 for University of Chicago as they try to at least get this back to within 1 set. When you look at this their Dominican University Stars team, they're a very young team, 3 seniors, Caitlin Foot, the libero, being one of them. The others being Olivia Shuskevich, and the third being Christina Wilson, their setter. So 3 seniors, a lot of juniors and sophomores as well. When you look at it, Chambers is a junior, Griperes is a junior, Todd's only a sophomore in the middle hitter from Marian Catholic. There's a lot of youth on this Dominican University side. As Lowe, the senior, sent that one across into the middle, now far side. Bumped up into the air by Watson. Near side as that goes off the double block and goes out, and that'll do it for set number 3. 25-17 in favor of University of Chicago as we watch the replay on that kill that wins the set. The lefty able to hit it off the double block there of the 2 players for Dominican in Kiston and Todd, and get the point to make it a 2-1 lead now only for Dominican University. We will take a timeout. We'll be back with the 4th set here on SportsDownChicago.com.
Hey friends, this is Tom Waddle. You may know me as good old number 87 or as the better half of the Waddle and Sylvie show. People often ask me, hey Tom, how could you be so slow and make it in football? Well, I ignore that question, and then they ask, Tom, how can I be on radio and TV like you? I tell them it takes drive and determination, and you need to learn how it all works. At the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard, you can do just that. ICB's enrolling students for day and evening classes right now. You can learn how to be a sports talk show host, a producer, do play-by-play, or shoot and edit video. Plus, you'll have a chance to get internships where you can tap into the knowledge of industry pros. They have affordable tuition and financial aid for those who qualify. And with job placement assistance, you can start your new career in less than a year. Go to beonair.com/Chicago Sports. See what the Illinois Illinois Center for Broadcasting has to offer. Visit ICB today. BeOnAir.com/Chicago Sports.
When you need a break from your busy schedule, kick back and listen to the fun sports and entertainment interviews from SportsTownChicago.com. The Big Interview is where you hear SportsTownChicago.com personalities pick the brains of the biggest names in sports, music, movies, and TV. To catch up on all the fun, go to the audio SportsTownChicago.com and click on the audio tab. SportsTownChicago.com. We are in a league of our own. Yeah!
Hey Chicago, what's going on? It's Rufio and I have a question for you. Do you think you have what it takes to work in TV or radio? If you do, then check this out. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is where you get hands-on experience and behind-the-scenes training from the industry's top professionals. The Illinois Center for Broadcasting gave me the tools for a career in radio, and they could do the same for you. For more information, go to beonair.com/career. Classes are just 3 days a week, so enroll now at beonair.com/career.
You love sports, you have passion, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. It's Herb Lawrence of 670 The Score. Get those skills at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting.
Getting ready for set number 4 here on SportsTownChicago.com. Chris Labasco here with you as we look at the totals for that third set. The hitting percentage dropped significantly for Dominican, only hitting 138 there in set number 3. 10 kills, 6 errors, 29 total attempts. The big difference is the total attempts from the first two. Both were above 30, 50 attempts in that second set. Of course, that was the one that went on pretty long. The hitting percentage for both these teams is even right now at 21-7. Of course, the set lead right now is 2-1 in favor of the Stars as they look to try and finish this one off here on the fourth set. I mean, this is the number 11 ranked team. It would have been a really big thing if they could have won in straight sets, but it's still going to be big if they can win here. Diving save made by Wilson as she now gets up and tries to hit that one across, but gets too much on top of the ball. So now the serve sent across. Chambers back over to the far side, hitting it off the block there was Todd as net violation by one of the players on University of Chicago. Ties this one up at 1. So now to serve will be number 13 and Olivia Shuskevich as she sends that one right into the middle. That one almost came all the way to the front of the net. And then just a little bit of help there because of the scrambling play gives the point to University of Chicago. As this one was set now to the near side, and the big kill by Kendall Todd as she sweeps across and then sends it cross court. Tied up at 2 now here in the early goings of set number 4. As this one comes over to the near side, hits off the top of a block. Now over to Chambers. Chambers hitting it off a double block, and that one almost gotten down. And then it finally does. Graves made a great diving save to get underneath the ball, but her team could not get there and send it back over the net. Serving is Megan Parker. Parker, the standing serve from the middle of the court, and that one goes out, ties it up at 3. As it'll be a standing serve from the near side from Laporte over to the far side into the middle. Diving save made by Lowe. This one comes back into the middle, right near the net, and there's contact. Easy call for the official there as Mobley hit the net on her attempt. Makes it 4-3 in favor of the Stars. As we look at how we got to this point here, set number one, 25-16 win for the Stars, 27-25 win in the second set for the Stars, and then a 25-17 win for the Maroons. And now it is tied up at 4 after that kill there by University of Chicago. So it will be Jessica Went, or actually that is number 5, and Erin Risk who sent that one over. As that goes cross court right to Risk, and she can't handle it from Graperis. 5-4. Graperis has 4 kills here on the night so far in this first match between these two teams, as this goes right into the middle. Back over to the near side, hits off the double block, comes back on the University of Chicago's side as a whistle here, as I believe maybe under the net or a net violation, one of the two, as Mobley's hit was maybe going to be a kill anyways, but her team gets the point regardless and ties it up at 5. And you see here, it looked like she had called for under the net. I didn't see where it was, but either way, this one comes over to the near side as we return to play. Sent over the top. Graves sets this one up high in the air, now bumped forward. Watson to Lowe, who sends it back over. Far side now as it's Chambers, as that one goes high off a Risk. Back to the near side. Low cross court. Foot with a beautiful save, and then the whistle for the double hit. Foot made an incredible dive, and I thought that maybe her team was going to be able to keep it going. But then there was the double hit there by Wilson that caused everything to die. In the middle, Graves sends this one forward, comes back over to the near side, through a double block, another diving save made by Foot as she gets back up. Chambers with her kill attempt, dug out by the libero, and then the quick dump for the point, nobody in behind to try and stop that one. Good job by University of Chicago to get the point there. Now it'll be Mary Claire Toohey. Toohey will send this one right into the middle, and that one will go out of play off of the hand of Parker. 8-5 now, the lead for University of Chicago. They're trying to force a 5th set here. If they win this one, they will. As this one goes across. Foot set up now over to the far side of Chambers. Chambers, diving play made by Toohey, comes to the near side. Spinning ball back up into the air, back over to the near side on the back set. But Foot right there to get to it. As this one now comes over and into the middle, and diving to get to there was Foot, and then just bumped back across by Wilson. Scrambling right now is Dominican University, but they still have control as Foot. Wilson sends it back across in front for Graves here. Their defense tries to reorganize, and they do, right into the middle, and getting the point on that far side was Tessa Graperis. 8-6. A couple of points in which Dominican University was scrambling, where you're seeing them right now. They were already reorganized defensively after having to go all the way back to where the curtain is to get that ball. As Chambers sends the serve right into the net, 6-9, gives the point right back. 3-point game. Brooke Watson, the libero, to serve. Will send this one through the middle. Bumped up by Chambers into the middle there for the quick kill. But good defense by University of Chicago, as that one just goes in at the corner as Chambers had thought it was going to go out. 10-6, 4-point lead for University of Chicago. As this one up into the air, set up now for the far side as that goes cross court to the middle. Back over to the near side, it's Lowe, and she gets the kill. The hot hand for her continues, 16 kills. She leads all hitters with kills. As you see here, the hit from the outside by Kiston, and a good job by University of Chicago here all the way across. Great bump by Graves to get it over to Lowe, and you just put Lowe in a good position to hit that ball somewhere, and she's going to do something with it. She's a very, very good hitter for this University of Chicago team. And just noticed on the sideline for University of Chicago, a player that Dr. Pete should be familiar with too, because Bennett is a school that we've done a lot, and a center for Bennett, obviously only a sophomore, but she's on this University of Chicago team, is Stephanie Sinapan, and I called a lot of games for her at the high school level. Her team won quite a few championships while she was the center too. As her team looking to try and get this back to even at 2 sets apiece as they trail in sets, but lead here in set number 4, 11-6. As Chris Labasco here with you on SportsTownChicago.com. Brooke Watson in the middle here. Sends this one across as this one bumped up high into the air. Over to the far side now. Down towards the middle as diving to get across. As Kiston gets the kill, Tui could not get to the ball. It's 11-7 now. Timeout works to the start at least for the Stars as they look to try and come back, as it'll be the libero and Caitlin Foote to send it over. Bumped up high as this one comes back over to the near side. Back up to the front now. Wilson sending it to the near side, and that one off the top of a block by Maddie Zanui, as that one will now go back for Caitlin Foote to serve. As Foote surveys and sends it right into the middle. A little bit of a mishit, but Graves able to get it over to Lowe. Lowe ends up putting it out in front. Lift called there on the court. Lowe went a little too soft, and there's a block waiting. She makes it 11-9 now. As Foote sends that one back into the middle to the near side. As there the save made. Chambers able to get it back across. What a play by the Stars there. Back to the near side. Lowe is dug out by Chambers. Far side now, and that one hits off the block and down by Kiston. Alex Kiston having herself a good game. As for Kiston, as we watch her kill one more time, off of the great setup too by Wilson, coming down hard with the right hand off the top of that block. Just caught enough of it to find the soft spot of the defense. For Kiston, 10 kills on the night so far, 23% for her. She's one of the team leaders in kills, along with Kendall Todd, who has 12, and then also with Chambers, who has 14. It's a 1-point game here, 11-10. And as you can hear, a song that was popularized by the movie Karate Kid being sung by our director, producer, everyman, Dr. Pete, belting out that one. As sending this one across was Caitlin Foote, and that one goes out of play, 12-10. University of Chicago with the lead. Graves on the far side. This one bumped in front by Chambers. Into the middle there and trying to get it on that near side, but sending it too long was Alex Kiston. Kiston points to herself saying, sorry guys, my fault. Grows the lead to 3 for University of Chicago. As this one bounces right back in towards the middle, and there's the big kill on the near side from Zanui. Checking in for her is Olivia Shuskevich, the serve specialist for this team. As they trail by 2, trying to come back are the Stars. Near side here, Lowe sends the change up through the middle. Makes it 14-11. And I mean, I don't know what more you can say about Lowe. When her team needs her most, she shows up at the right and opportune moment. 17 kills so far in this match. Over to the near side as that one gets down. As it'll be now 15-11. Lowe to serve to the middle of the court. Bumped up into the air, far side, and just over a double block nicely was Alex Kiston. as she will come out, and checking in for her will be Megan Parker. As that back line now consists of Parker, Shiskevich, and Foot. As this one right in the middle there, and is a little bit of a mistimed play, but making something out of nothing was Laporte as she hit it off the block. And you're seeing a little bit of instruction there from the side as the block was kind of weirdly positioned too. You see one player was there in time and another player, I don't know if she was going up, Wilson was going to go up for a block or not, but either way, a little bit of miscommunication made things off there. This one's, as Foot gets underneath that one, hits off a double block, and now back into the middle. Graves setting it up for the near side, as going towards the back line was Mobley, saved by Dominican, as getting that one across is Chambers. Back to Graves in front to the far side as the lefty will get the kill, and Masinga. 17-12, as coming back, trying to force a fifth set are the Maroons, as Chambers almost had the kill there, gets it back over and then does. 17-13. Kendall Todd now to serve. As Todd sends this one over, bumped into the air by Lowe. Back over to the near side. Mobley hits that one as it goes back over, as underneath it was Parker. Back into the middle, back over to Mobley. Is now a nice diving save made by Todd. Chambers on the far side, goes for the far corner. Lowe was there. Back into the middle, hits off the block, and that'll be point for the Stars. 4 hits as that hit into the net. 17-14. It was going into the block regardless and probably coming back down on that side. Ended up hitting the ground. Kendall Todd. And ball started to come towards the court. Gives us a second to replay here. That one by Chambers, as this one's going to come back into the middle. And you saw it hit off the net. Nobody touched it for the Stars. Near side, Mobley hits it off a double block. Back over into the middle, miscommunication. Chambers standing, gets it off the tape and gets the point. Talk about a little bit of luck. She put her hands on her head. She couldn't believe it herself. Happy that she gets the point, though, 17-15. As it'll be Kendall Todd to serve. Todd has this one sent over to the far side and able to get that one off the block and down was Masinga. 18-15. She started to come alive here as of late. Struggled earlier on, but 6 kills on 12 attempts now. That puts her at 500. That's not bad. As this one right into the middle, sent over by Graperis, but controlled by University of Chicago. Good set by Foot as Chambers with the big kill attempt, but it's dug out. And then too long on it was Mobley, and Mobley has been the one struggling here as of late. When you look at the numbers for her as a substitution is being made coming into the game, is number 14 in Zanui. Take a quick look at the replay here as this gets set up for Mobley, but back to action. 10-foot line, Lowe sends this one across. Bump to the near side, sent back in towards the middle as this comes to the near side. As that one sent back forward and then across by Graperis. As this goes to the far side on the slide and getting the kill was Majors. 19-16 the score in favor of University of Chicago. But back to what I was saying earlier, when you look at Mobley for her 9 on 40 attempts, 125, that's they'd like to see that a little bit higher. As this one just punched over by Zanui. Back over to the near side, and Lowe hits it off the block and gets the kill. 20-16, her team 5 points away from forcing a fifth set. A timeout taken by the Stars as we see the great play here. Lowe has made a lot of great plays. You see her get into position after being in her defensive spot, gets that ball through as the defense gets over a little bit late, which is what causes it to go off of Maddie Zanui and out of play. And Marin Lowe's line is just pretty awesome. 18 kills on 48 attempts. It's about 30%. High percentage that they go to her, but she gets the kills, and she's a big part of the reason why her team is even in this game. She has 13 digs as well. She does it offensively, defensively, everything for University of Chicago, and she's the senior on this team and one of the leaders. So a player that really, when you look at it from the Stars' standpoint, the most dangerous one, and the player that you have to at least, you've got to try and make her do extra work. You've seen on serves that they've been going to low first, because then she has to make the play on that first ball, and then she has to get in position to hit it if she's in that, especially if she's coming from the back row. So make her do extra work, and they have, but she's still been playing through it really well. So Tui sends this one right towards the middle, towards Chambers. Over to the near side, over a double block, as this one back up into the air onto the near side as that gets through. For the kill, not able to get under it was Parker, as it was Lowe once again. 19 kills now for Lowe. As Chambers underneath that one. Back over to the far side to Chambers as this comes back into the middle. Lowe sets that one back over. Foot to the near side as that one hits off the top of a double block from Zanui. Back into the middle. And Graperis with the kill. 21-17. 4-point game. As it's Carrie Chambers to serve. Chambers, another player having a really good game. 16 kills for her. She's second in that category. Is that one? Big block out in front. 21-18. As we see the replay of this block, it's a double block out in front on that near side on Lowe. And actually, that might even have hit off the net. Either way, this one up in the air off the great save by Foot. Far side, double block there, and it goes out off the kill from Kiston. 19-21 as they are coming back are the Stars. Chambers back into the middle, just making sure to get that one across. Near side, it's Low off a block. Foot right there underneath. Near side, going cross court with it is Zanui. Back into the middle, quick attempt there, and it'll get the kill by number 9. It's Sydney Majors to make it 22-19. Great play, great thought too. The blocks have been coming to those outside hitters quick, especially the low side. So why not go to the middle and see what happens? Wilson to the near side, and there's a quick kill. Went off of a player and out, as that was Inui with the big kill. Her team back to within 2, 22-20. Caitlin Foot on here as this one, as she sent that serve across. Wilson with a diving save. Back up into the air. Set back over by Zanui. Back to Grace, near side to Low. Great dig by Foot. Far side for Kiston. Diving save made there by Tui. Lowe has to just set this one across. Set up into the air by Wilson. Zanui going towards the middle, but Tui right there into the middle now. Laporte with her attempt. Back over to the far side off a double block. Wolf able to make their Foot able to make the save. As there goes Chambers from the near side. Wilson setting up in the middle, and they're going to get the point here on the quick set in the middle to Kendall Tye. 21-22, it's a 1-point game as a timeout is taken by University of Chicago. What a long rally we had there, and just a slight misplay by Brooke Watson caused that one, because you had diving was Tui. At first she thought she was going to have to go and try and get to that one, as it looked like maybe it was going to go over the head. She also was getting up off the court from a moment earlier. As you see, she was diving, getting ready to play that ball, and then actually getting a piece of it was Watson. She probably makes the play on that ball if Watson doesn't touch it. Either way, it's a 1-point game. The Stars doing a great job trying to finish this one off in 4 sets. The number 11 ranked team in University of Chicago is who they're contending with right now. They had a tough weekend last week, or tough last 2 games, where they played 2 teams ranked in the top 10. Now they're playing the number 11 ranked team, so this is a really tough part of their schedule if they're able to win both these games here tonight against Elmhurst and against University of Chicago, that would probably push them back into the top 25. As this one set to the near side is that one, the kill by Lowe. Right when they need her most, she gets a kill, 23-21, 2-point game. Graves, the setter, sends this one over on the serve. Wilson right into the middle, and there's the kill by Kendall Todd. Kendall Todd, 14 kills for her in this one. 25% is her hit percentage. As in to serve is number 13 in Szyszkiewicz. As this one comes over to Lowe, and Lowe gets the big kill again. What a kill from the senior Lowe. That's one, oh man, you got to play that one again. As you see the setup here from Graves to Lowe, gets everything on that one, no chance. As there's the big kill back the other way by number 11, Kendall Todd puts it back to within one. Big point here because this is set point still for University of Chicago, and boom, Kendall Todd. As now this one sent over by Parker. Still set point for University of Chicago if they can get it. As that one set up by Foot for Chambers. Hits it off the block. Back out in front to the near side for Mobley. Back up. Wilson near side. Slide play, and that one hit off the tape. 4 hits. Set number 4 to University of Chicago. That'll force a 5th set. 25-23 is how this one ends. And now we go to a 5th and final set between these two teams. So University of Chicago, you give them a lot of credit as they have battled back after going down 2 straight sets to get back into this one. A little bit of time in between this final set here. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back with the exciting 5th and final set.
You love sports, you have passion, but you need skills to work in sports broadcasting. It's Herb Lawrence of 670 The Score. Get those skills at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting, just like I did. Check out their campus in Lombard with amazing equipment and staff. Get a jump on the competition with hands-on training in radio and TV. With internships, flexible classes, affordable tuition, and job placement, you can start a new career at the Illinois Center for Broadcasting in Lombard. Enrolling now for upcoming classes. Go to beonair.com/SCORE. That's beonair.com/SCORE.
It's time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting. There's no better or faster way than the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Check out our website at beonair.com/Lombard or call us at 630-916-1700 to set up a tour and see all the hands-on training you can receive. The best part of the program is the job placement department that will help you find your first job in broadcasting. Just listen to what some of our recent graduates have to say about the program.
My name is Greg Easterlin. I work for The Drive, 97.1 FM radio station in Chicago. I'm the DJ for them. It's very important to get those basics as far as broadcasting and to be in a place where you can get hands-on experience. And then when you get into an internship situation with a regular station, and you're valuable in a situation like that.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting, where broadcasting careers begin.
Attention, family, friends, players, coaches, and fans. Are you a high school or college athlete that had your game covered by SportsTownChicago.com? You can relive the glory by going to our podcast section of our website to listen to all the past games over the last 2 years. Just go to the website at SportsTownChicago.com and check out the podcast section, and it'll take you right to your sport. Now that's SportsTownChicago.com.
It's time to kick off your career in radio or TV broadcasting. There's no better or faster way than the Illinois Center for Broadcasting. Check out our website at beonair.com/Lombard or call us at 630-916-1700 to set up a tour and see all the hands-on training you can receive. The best part of the program is the job placement department that will help you find your first job in broadcasting. Just listen to what some of our recent graduates have to say about the program. Kevin Wood, Production Director, Next Media, Joliet.
My favorite part about going to the Illinois Center for Broadcasting was, first of all, I got to do everything here. For anybody looking to get into the program, I would say be ready to learn, be ready to get in here and really take your skills to another level on your own. The instructors can show you.
Back here on SportsTownChicago.com, a fifth and final exciting set here between University of Chicago and Dominican University, and adding on to her now career kills record is Marin Lowe. She broke it over the last couple games and now is adding on to it here. She has 21 kills here tonight in this match against the Dominican University Stars. The Stars, after winning 2 straight sets, have struggled here in the last 2. Were close in the last one, but lost 25-23. See if they can finish it off in this fifth and final set. Far side hits off a double block here. Diving save made to keep that ball alive as this comes back over to the near side. It's now to the near side. That hits off the double block there from Zanui. This comes back over to the near for Lowe. Lowe had to just send it across. Wilson in the middle, and big kill from Kendall Todd. And that's sort of been a change, it seems like, in the dynamic here as of recently for how they're setting things up in front. The outsides, they're kind of they're putting more defense. They're prepared. They're kind of not cheating, but just anticipating the outside hits a little bit more, and that is opening up a little bit in the middle. Gift that right back to University of Chicago. So tied at 1 here early on in set 5. Brooke Watson into the middle here. Sends this one over to the far side as that one gets over and I believe down for the point. As now to serve will be Megan Parker as she checked in. 2-1. The Stars with the lead here early on in this fifth set. As this one sent across. Up into the air, Graves to the near side, and Lowe sent it long. 3-1. She's still the kills leader in this game. 21 kills total so far. To the near side, and there the kill for Lowe. Make it 22. 3-2 the score right now. So now it will be Graves serving over to the far side for Chambers, as she's going to get the kill there. Diving to get to his Tui, but that was a big, big hit. And that one way out as checking in to serve, or checking out as it was going to the front line was the libero in foot. As sending the serve over was Kendall Todd as that one gets into the middle. Up into the air, over to the far side, and that one just getting underneath it, but we have a call here, and they're going to say it got down, that Graves didn't get underneath it. 5-2. As Kendall Todd to serve once again. Todd sends this one over, up into the air. To the near side, it's Lowe, bumped up high by Parker. Over to the far side, and hitting it off the block and down was Chambers, 6-2. Timeout by the University of Chicago early on here in set number 5, as they've seen this one not go the way they wanted to. 6-2 early on in this fifth and final set. It's been an exciting one here. As you see the replay, as Chambers just able to get it off the block and down to get that kill. So Lowe, update you on some of the kill leaders here. Still Marin Lowe with the lead at 22, but not far behind her is Carrie Chambers, as she has 18. Kendall Todd with 16, and Alex Kristen has 13. 68 kills for the Stars, 52 for the Maroons. As it's Kendall Todd to serve. Kendall Todd sends this one over towards the far corner, and Watson misplays it, but right there to save it was Tui. Bumped back across by Laporte. Back into the front by Wilson. Sends it over to the near side. Going cross court with it was Graperis. Went a little long, as that'll make it now 6-3. She just kind of mistimed it. She was coming down when she hit it, so she was hitting underneath it instead of on top of it. As this one bumped up into the air over to the far side, Graperis just sends it over, and then a nice hit there by Parker to get it across. Far side, double block, gets there in time. Back into the middle, near side, Mobley. Good defense by Parker. Back into the middle, just sending it over was Shiskevitz. As this one comes back into the middle, nice diving save made by Parker, but a better kill by Laporte. 6-4, University of Chicago climbing back in. As this one sent back into the middle. As this one up over to the far side. As this one comes back into the middle. Back over to the near side. As now it's Chambers. Bumps forward, and that one was literally too close to the net for Mobley. As she couldn't make the save there. So now to serve will be number 2 in Wilson. As this goes back into the middle. Near side, Mobley back up high, 7-4 lead for the Stars as this one hits off the double block. Chambers gets it, sends it over, and number 7, Graperis hits it. Back into the middle there for Lowe, and it goes out. 7-8 now 5-4 in favor of the Stars. As teams will switch sides, this is not a conference matchup, so they don't play a 25 for this one. Once somebody reaches 8, they switch. So now teams have switched sides, and back to serve is Christina Wilson. As this one comes over to the near side. Back up over now to the far side. Hits off a double block, and diving to get there was Lowe. Nice save by Lowe, and that one gets down. 9-4. As back to serve once again is Wilson. As this one goes too far and out of play, an ace for Wilson. 10-4 timeout, University of Chicago. As you see the replay on the service ace by Wilson, goes right towards Watson, the libero, and she just mishit it, and it goes way too far away for anybody to get near that back where the curtain is. As a good timeout to be taken here by University of Chicago. As you can see, trying to keep her team going too is head coach Jeannie Zipri. As both teams make their way out. As back to serve, just waiting for the R1 to give the go-ahead, is Wilson. As Wilson still haven't gotten that official whistle. And there we go. Wilson dribbles a couple times, sends this one across, bumped up into the air, now over to the far side, now to the near side. Double block, point for the Stars as Tessa Graperis and Carrie Chambers combined for that one to make it 11-4 as the center Wilson goes back to serve again. Wilson's been great defensively and has 54 assists as well. As this goes over to the far side, back into the middle, Wilson trying to dive underneath that one, couldn't quite get there. Makes it now 11-5. As it will be Frances McDonald to serve here. And calling for a different ball. Didn't like that one. So she gets a different one. As Frances McDonald sends this serve over right into the middle. Gets bumped up high, joust at the net. As that went too far, give the point over to Sydney Majors or Mobley as they combined on that one. 11-6 now, trying to come back here. starting from the middle, then doing that running serve, but sitting it into the net was McDonald. As she comes out now, it's 12-6. It's Carrie Chambers. Chambers sends this one back into the middle. As that one hits up, set over to the near side, and bumped up high by Wilson. Over to the far side now for Zanui. As this one comes back into the middle, low. Able to get this one up in front. Wilson able to get that over as Chambers and Zanui could not get to that. 12-7, University of Chicago starting to climb back into this one. Nice save by Wilson, though, just to even get that one. That was a hard ball to even get over the net. That was going underneath. That's one of the hardest balls to try and make a play on. Is Wilson right in the middle here for the big kill from Paris, makes it 13-7. The libero, Caitlin Foote, into serve, sends it over to the far side. Back into the middle now, near side, as that goes with the cross. The slide play to Majors makes it 13-8. Into serve, Tui. Tui, jumping right-hand serve, bumped up to the front now to the near side. As that one goes off a block and goes all the way out for Alex Kiston as she gets the kill, 14-8. As this is match point here, as in to serve is number 13, Szyskevich. Big win if they can get it here on this point for the Stars, as they would beat number 11, University of Chicago, as the joust at the net there, won by Lowe, as that keeps her team alive, 14-9. Need to stay on the serve, does the libero and Watson. Timeout taken here by, I believe, Dominican. As 14-9, we'll take a look at that joust there and just able to win it nicely. She saw where the player was in front of her in Wilson and just tapped it to her right to get that point. Did be very smart and very good, Marin Lowe. And she is the career leader in kills for this University of Chicago school in their history. When you look at her totals for the night, 23 kills, 7 airs, 67 attempts, so 23%, which isn't too bad. 4 assists, 13 digs. Chambers on the other side's been having a great night too. 19 kills with 12 digs, 1 assist. As this one comes over to the far side off a double block, sent it was Todd, 14-10. 4-point difference in this one. Brooke Watson back to serve once again. Also high is Kendall Todd, 16 points with 16 kills on 35 attempts. Near side as that one hits off the block, and there's the kill. And the game from Kiston as 15-10 the final score in set number 5. So they win the first 2, drop the next 2, but win the important 5th one. Do the Stars to win this game 3-2. But you got to give a lot of credit to the opposing side to come back and force that 5th set by the University of Chicago Maroons. And the good thing for them, they don't get much time to dwell on it, as they have another game here against a ranked opponent in Elmhurst. We'll have that broadcast here for you in just a little bit after the warm-ups happen here. We'll be back on SportsTownChicago.com.
Hey Chicago, it's Rufio here. People always ask me how I got my start in radio, and I tell them I'm an Illinois Center for Broadcasting graduate. With the on-air and behind-the-scenes training I received, I was able to be placed in an internship at KISS FM, and now I'm on the air. So go to beonair.com/career for more information. Don't wait. Enroll now at beonair.com/career.
Hey friends, this is Tom Waddle. You may know me as good old number 87 or as the better half of the Waddle and Sylvie show. People often ask me, hey Tom, how could you be so slow and make it in football? Well, I ignore that question and then they ask, Tom, how can I be on radio